You spark it up. High res with the bullshit already. I can't with you, bro. I get it. You want support. That looks good. Okay, well. Lola, what it do, girl? Gotta make up for the missed streams. Incoming Elden Lord, baby. Yo, Pop, I'm gonna get to Elden Lord when we get there, okay? 6 months. We got like 3 left, okay? We're almost there. Keep on, though. Keep on every day. Other than that, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Today, I have them on the Discord, but we got the mic muted right now for them because they got some background. We chilling with Rubik and Wreck-It, but this is a little sponsored stream from Wreck-It. You know, he donated the bread for this game. So today, Jack Hanlon, we're gonna be playing this game called Autopsy Simulator. It's a first-person horror sim hybrid where players take on the role of practice pathologists and study case files, created in collaboration with real-world forensic doctors to help guide their dissection of the automatically accurate bodies to determine each subject's cause of death.
The question now.
All right. So I guess we like, you feel me? We're gonna be doing our thing. You're pissing me off already. I don't want to piss you off, buddy. I don't want to piss you off. That's not really what I'm trying to do, you know? All right. Let's load it up. Let's load it up. All right. Not a good start. Already crashing. Not a good start. They don't love you like I love you. What do you mean what happened to my stream, bro? What's up? All right, we loading in. We're good. We're good. We're good. No, it wasn't. That was on your end. Everybody lies to me about my stream. You guys are liars, okay? Everybody lies. I'll donate for you not to play it. Here we go. What do you want to see, Big Belly Mexican? Nudity sensor? Take that shit off. Nah, I don't know how far it's gonna go. We'll see. We'll see how far it goes. I mean, if they out here showing too much, then yeah, might have to locate. Ain't trying to get banned out here. It's just by record. It's not too crazy, you know. That boy, you know. I think that turned that off. Okay. And where we at? Okay.
Office of the Medical Examiner, Beatsville. Dr. Jack Hampton is speaking. How can I help you?
Good evening, this is Kate Brooks.
Hello,
I'm
Kate.
not sure if you remember me.
Hello, Kate.
A few weeks ago, we talked about an article I'm working on. It's about your wife. I dropped by last Friday to speak to you, but you weren't working at the time. I asked the security guard to pass on a note for me. I would like us to discuss the topic of...
I thought I had made it painfully obvious for the last time. No! Please don't call me again and stop inquiring about my wife.
Damn.
Damn journalists. They don't let me work. God damn
And that's
it.
all we're here to do is work. Get the job done.
Best frame of mind to record a lecture for my students now.
You stop drinking, buddy.
I'm feeling completely broken. Where did I leave my meds this time?
Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Hi, this is Kate Brooks, a reporter. Yo, we don't care about what Kate Brooks is talking about. Get that out of my face, all right? We already established that.
They definitely pay me too little for this.
Okay.
Stephen didn't clean up after himself again.
Huh? Where's my medicine at? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Another kidnapping this month.
Oh, it does say check the bathroom. You're right. Okay. Where's the bathroom at? Bathroom. Setting.
Okay.
Here go my medis. My
Pull
medis.
myself together
Okay.
and get back to work.
Let's get back to work.
I need to set up the camera first.
Take the camera from the storage room.
This place is starting to look like a hoarder's dream. Now remember, Jack, don't forget, hit the record button this time.
Place it on the dissecting room. Okay, on the tripod.
Of Hopefully the new tripod is going to hold up.
Okay. Oh no, this might be too much for Twitch though, low key. This might be too much. Man, got his Johnson just sitting out there.
Now, I just have to get everything in frame.
Right here. Frame the cavador and begin
It should
recording.
be fine. That recording for medical students from the University of Missouri. This autopsy is conducted by Jack Hanman.
Let me see. They throw clothes on if we do that. Might be too much, bro. Might be too much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the autopsy.
Oh, okay. We got a little sensor
Today,
now.
you
We
will have
good.
the dubious pleasure
Good.
of following a full autopsy, step by step.
Take a look at the
Those of you who have already
chalkboard.
performed your first autopsy. This will refresh your basic knowledge. In turn, for those whose knowledge is only theory.
Damn, but people really go to school for this.
I advise not to watch this after a meal. Let's start.
Tell students what is important. Okay.
Always wear an apron, mask, and gloves. Goggles are a must when the job is splashy. And in case of sharp accidents, it's worth having disinfectants at hand. It's true that you won't get ptomaine poisoning straight away, but if your liver or kidney aren't doing well, you may end up with diarrhea. The cadaver is placed on its back on the autopsy table. The pathologist stands on the right of the deceased. Make sure that all the necessary tools are always at hand so that you don't have to run around looking
far
for
as I know, as
something
long as
like
I'm
I
fine.
do all the time. In the process of revealing and securing forensic
I don't know,
evidence,
man.
it is difficult
I don't
not
think
to
I'm gonna risk
interfere
it,
with the
to be
original
honest.
condition of the deceased. Written and photographic documentation plays a vital role throughout the entire examination process. During your research, be patient, inquisitive, but above all, attentive to detail. Many injuries are visible at first glance, but sometimes they can be cover for more interesting stories. And lastly, remember that nothing teaches you self-narration like working with the dead. So get used to that fact soon. Everyone will think you're talking to yourself.
Okay.
Now, onto the police folder. That will contain all sorts of pertinent information as to who the deceased might be.
How many
and
what?
potentially happened to them. So, let's take a closer look, shall we?
I don't know, dog.
The deceased's name is Tobias Chambers, locally known as Old Toby. Homeless and unemployed for at least a couple of years.
Okay.
The deceased was found on the outskirts of a parking lot at a gas station,
He was killed.
where he often begged and persistently offered drivers to wash their car windows.
He was killed. For sure.
The body was noticed by a station employee during the morning shift. Initially, he thought that someone had thrown some boots and a coat in a nearby ditch. It took him a moment to recognize the pile of clothes as the body of a man.
Definitely murdered.
He worked most of his life at the local port dealing with unloaded cargo. He was fired for being drunk and starting fights. His son runs a hardware store on his own. His wife left him years ago. They both had no contact with the deceased. Signs of libation were found around the body. Empty bottles, traces of an inept attempt to start a fire, and a scattered makeshift blanket. That's it. It's worth remembering the context around the scene of a death.
All right.
This allows you to better interpret any traces found on the body. I shouldn't start the procedure without gloves. Now it's our turn to take some pictures for our files. If I can just remember where I left the camera.
Come on, bro. You gotta get it together. From the
It's
desk
here
drawer.
somewhere.
Right here.
Aha! There you are. I knew it was here somewhere. As I mentioned at the beginning, before we begin the internal examination, we need to document the cadaver and the condition it arrived in. We begin with a full.
Oh, my man got gangrene.
But this is not always possible. Let's keep in mind it's all about the legibility, not the perfect frame. Voila. Now we move on to the next step, looking for traces.
Such a professional.
Look at the corpse from different sides, from different angles.
All right, lock it in.
close,
Everybody
from
pay
a
attention to
distance.
what we're
You're
seeing.
looking for anything out of the ordinary.
Out of the ordinary. Okay, put this shit down, buddy. Find oh, okay. Marks on the body. We got some knee marks. All right, find marks on the body to photograph.
Some wounds in the feet and signs of frostbite.
Oh, frostbite.
The subject's shoes were too small.
Okay.
worn out by physical work and frostbite.
Okay.
That's something interesting.
Mm.
It will be necessary to check whether this injury was severe enough to cause damage to the brain.
I need one more. Oh. He was definitely stabbed at one point in his life.
The poorly healed wound looks old. I'll take a closer look later.
Okay.
In a moment, we will check which of our initial observations will be worthy of further consideration. But before we get to that, I need to write down some basic data.
Okay. Where we write that down at? In photos to the photo board. Okay. Perform the autopsy. Jesus, we're getting right into it. What do we need? What do we need? Okay.
Scalpel, scissors, syringe, magnifying glass, knife.
It's about to get nasty,
I guess I
chat.
forgot to clean
That's
the knife.
about to get nasty.
Scalpel, scissor. Scalp.
Okay, we don't need any of that shit.
Personal information. The deceased was unclothed. Date. Okay. As you can see, I note everything down on previously prepared forms. Every pathologist must keep a detailed record of every step of the autopsy. This not only allows you to track the procedure.
Oh, we do that. We do
but
that in
also collates the
Mortuary
results
Assistant.
together, upon which you may back up your conclusions. So, enough of the boring prep. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the spots I photographed earlier. For this, you're going to need a magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass.
Which spot first? I can confirm the presence of ecchymosis on the deceased man's head. The appearance indicates the intravital nature of the wound. Add alcohol, which I can clearly smell. And this was an accident just waiting to happen.
Okay.
It looks like a burn mark. No doubt painful, but it's not pertinent for this case.
Okay. Burn mark.
Here we can see frostbite on the fingertips. We can tell by the characteristic skin color.
I thought it was gangrene. Thought you were diabetic, buddy.
Definitely a painful mix of frostbite, abrasions, and blisters. Old Toby had been wearing shoes too small for him for a very long time. That's if he wore any at all. So far, there are a lot of superficial wounds, but only one serious injury to the head. Let's go back to our notes.
Highlight the previous. Okay.
First, I marked the location of the head wound. Even though this type of wound didn't, if Toby's spot were not in frost season yet, but high humidity, wind, and the inability to warm up can also be causes of frostbite. As you can see, we don't have much to go on. Let's write down what preliminary causes of death we can think of.
Okay. I think he died from this head attack.
Various types of accidents are a common cause of death among the homeless and the elderly. Perhaps old Toby slipped and accidentally hit his head. This is of no interest to us. The nights have been particularly nasty lately, considering the conditions in which he slept.
Or he froze.
His body may have become hypothermic. Since the deceased
Fall
clearly
and
smelled of
freeze.
alcohol, I'll add alcohol poisoning to our list.
Put down the
We
clipboard.
still have one thing left from the basics. Rigor mortis.
What's rigor mortis? Perform rigor mortis examination. What the hell is that?
Well, we take our deceased by the hand,
Okay.
gradually we raise it.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh my god, that's so nasty.
Now let it go. As you can see, the hand falls loose. What's the conclusion? Death must have occurred more than 72 hours ago. The police information appears correct.
Damn, we're learning? Are we learning right now? Okay.
Head trauma seems the most promising, so we'll start there.
Select the skull saw and open the cranium.
Saw.
Oh no, this is about to be nasty. He's about
The
to.
cut is made from ear to ear.
I thought phasmophobia was bad, boy.
After which, we remove the skin and the top of the skull.
Ew.
After the basic examination, we can see that the brain's cerebral gyri in both hemispheres are symmetric. The brain looks good. Let's take a cross-section.
Leave the body. Okay.
Some pathologists prefer to examine organs.
This is
without moving
nasty.
them. However, for me, it's much more convenient to examine them on a board, which we'll do now.
Okay. Dissect the brain at the cutting board. Ew, bruh. This is a bad choice. This is nasty.
Holding a long, narrow blade knife in the dominant hand, we slowly cut the cranial nerves on both sides, all the time pulling the brain towards us. So far, so good. The hematoma seems to have had no effect on the brain.
Okay. So he didn't die from the fall. Now what do we have to do, buddy?
Rule the fatal accident out as well.
Exclude fall as potential cause of death. Wow, I'm such a fucking autopsy specialist. How we do that?
Brain is in good
Cross that
condition,
off.
so we have no choice but to proceed to the internal examination of the other organs.
Okay.
I grab a scalpel from my kit.
Scalpel.
The incision should be in the shape of a letter Y. We use a deep cut to reach all the way to the ribs and to penetrate the abdominal wall.
Is that right? This is nasty, bruh.
All right. Now we peel back and separate the skin.
I guess it's kind of cool. We're learning about the human body through a video game. With an empty hand, peel back the skin.
Now, we need to remove the ribs. We'll need the loppers for this.
Oh my god. Yeah, nah, GG's to this game, bruh.
Quite a satisfying crunch.
No, it's not.
Anyway,
You're
after
disgusting.
removing the cartilage tissue, we instantly notice two things. Firstly, there is no congestion of the internal organs. This means that although the deceased was hypothermic, it didn't kill him. Secondly, the deceased...
Okay,
smoked
hypothermia didn't kill
habitually,
him.
So, we should take a closer look at those lungs. We can see widespread black and tarry deposits caused by smoking cigarettes. Despite the tragic condition of the lungs, they are not the cause of death. Alice smoked too. It didn't kill her, but... what was I talking about? Lungs. Yes. Advanced inflammation.
Okay, not related. So he's good.
What now? The syringe. Now's a good time to... Specifically 3. From the eye, the heart, and the bladder. I'm interested to see the concentration of alcohol in the body.
Where I get that from? Oh,
From
the ladder?
We draw about 10 milliliters of fluid. Vitreous humor analysis is very useful in indicating long-term alcohol abuse.
Yeah, well, they really did their thing on this game.
The left ventricle should do it. Now we take our samples to the centrifuge. But before I do that, I need to find my notebook. My dyscalculia means that I always double-check the settings. Please excuse me while I run and fetch it.
Alright, bro, be easy, though. Retrieve the notebook.
This whole thing is covered in stains. I should check this out under the microscope sometime.
Use the
Let's get back
centrifuge.
to the examination. We put all of the samples into the rotor. Now, we set the appropriate time and speed.
Oh, I don't know. Notes. 15 minutes. 70%.
Okay, let's roll. Oh shit. The fuses again.
Oh no.
Where were we? Oh yes, the blood alcohol concentration. Let's see what we've got here.
Okay.
Everything's separated as it should. Our lab is closed until tomorrow after the last, incident. However, considering that Toby's favorite eau de parfum appears to be ethanol, I'm guessing the results won't surprise me at all.
Okay.
Let's go further. We will now focus on the cardiovascular system, specifically the heart. We remove the organ and examine it closely. We look for dark hypoxic areas, clots, or other elements that stand out as abnormal. At first glance, the heart looks fine. The pulmonary trunk and aorta seem to be in good condition. There are no pathological changes that would have contributed to Toby's death.
All right, so the heart's good too.
Now let's take a closer look at the stomach.
Damn. We gotta do everything.
Size is normal, healthy, pink color.
So nasty how it moves.
And as expected, the stomach has no major external damage.
Okay.
We must now cut it open and inspect inside.
Come on. We don't gotta do that. We don't gotta do that.
We will do it carefully so that its contents do not spill out.
Where's the cutting board? Oh.
We open the stomach along the greater curvature, from the heart to the pyloric end. Oh, I already feel like there's something left inside.
Drugs. Oh, shit.
Okay, large amount of gas, small amounts of yellow, grayish food content, resembling some kind of meat. Either our deceased hadn't eaten in days, or the bulk of his stomach had already found a way out. Looks like I'll have to find the missing contents. There are two ways here. One is obvious, and the other is... It couldn't have been suffocation, could it? I'll add this to the list and move on to the deceased's neck.
We got a thorough.
At first glance, the trachea looks normal. Same result as with the stomach. The external inspection doesn't tell us
Boy, they
anything.
be doing
This time we'll cut out a tray.
everything. Good God, this is nasty.
While cutting such a small organ as the trachea, we must make a precise incision. To be able to cut with the very tip of the blade, we must hold the scalpel as we would a pen. And after careful examination and deduction, we've got it. A clogged trachea. It's time to summarize the whole thing.
A clogged trachea.
Based on the report and preliminary documentation,
What's that, his throat?
it's safe to assume that the deceased
He
passed
choked?
out after consumption of alcohol and then fell asleep on his back.